Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Just Free Hands. Thank you very much. It's wonderful to have you here. So in this video, we are going to go over the materials you're going to need for assembling a solar panel. And we're also going, in part 2 of it, we're going to go over what a solar cell is. Now, so you're looking at, this is the tabbing wire. We'll need a tabbing wire. We'll need solar cells. And in this case, I'm using Vico cells, monocrystalline solar cells. Each of those is 5 watts right there. And then we're going to need a flux pen. We're going to need a soldering wire, a soldering iron. And then we're gonna need a knife, any knife. Like in this case, I'm using this one. We'll need flux. I know I mentioned flux pen right there, but this flux, we're gonna need this because this tabbing wire does not come with flux. The other ones usually come with them on it. We'll need soldering wire. We're gonna need safety goggles. Gotta protect your eyes. If you're working with any of these wire brushes, you better have safety goggles too. So we need a safety wire brush. We need a wire brush. All right, we're going to need to use a standard paintbrush. Let's jump over. Later on, we're gonna need a multimeter. Any standard multimeter will work. Last but not least, really, we're going to need EVA sheet, plexiglass, gloves. I highly suggest if you're gonna do this, you're gonna have to use the nitro and 8mm or from 8mm nitro gloves, the soft ones, because when you're working with solar cells, these things are very brittle. All right, so that's that. We may need more than this, but for a start, that's what you're going to need. All right, and then now let's talk about solar cell. So you see these things on rooftops, you see them on RVs, you see them on large institution roofings and all that stuff. You see all kinds of solar panels around, but really what it boils down to, a solar panel is basically an assembly of cells. So individual cells grouped together end up forming a what? A solar panel. And solar panels can range in sizes. You may have a solar panel that has probably just a few cells, let's say 4 cells, to as big as 72 cells, or even more than that. Or I can also say it this way. I can say solar panels range in different amount of energy needs. So probably you can have a solar panel that's giving you 8 watts, or even lower than that, to one that is huge, that's giving you about 360 watts. It all depends on your energy needs, and it all depends on your application you're using it for. Just the more cells you get, that just means you're getting more electricity out of it, or more current, or more voltage. You're getting more out of it. You're getting more juice out of it, basically. Now, so a solar panel, as you can see, I have some batteries to me next by the solar cell. But a solar cell, rather, is quite similar to batteries. They apply almost the same concept, even though it's different, but there are very many similarities. This particular battery right here, you can find this in a go-kart or a golf cart, and you can find this in many other applications. This particular one, this is a standard battery. You've seen this, probably use this in your remotes, flashlights, stuff like that. So the differences, obviously they're very large, but I'm going to focus on the similarities to help us understand how a solar panel or a solar cell works. There is one very big similarities between batteries and solar cells. They do have two terminals, a positive terminal and a negative terminal. If you're looking at this particular one, this black side right here, this is the negative terminal, and this red sign right here, this right here is a positive terminal. If you look at this cell battery, this right here is labeled. You have this flat side, and then you have this stuff sticking out. This is the negative side, and this is the positive side. The same applies to this and this little one. Now, let's change our focus on an actual solar cell. When it comes to a solar cell, it applies the same concept. The blue side, which you're currently looking at, this side right here is the negative side, negativo. If you flip this over, this gray side is the positive side. Now, let's go back to the negative side. So, you can clearly see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines running across. These 5 lines, these are called buses. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're called bus. So you have 5 bus. So this solar cell is 5 bus cell. Now, and because it's rated for 5 watts, really, each of these is gonna be rated for 1 watt each. So you have 1 watt for 1 watt in each of them, and they're all five of them, so you have 5 watts. If flip over on the other side, is also 5. So the negative side and the positive side will form 1 watt. What usually happens is these are soldered, connecting all those wet bricks. You solder this, and they end up into what we call a bus bar. So this bus wire right here is going to all the let's say this side being the negative. When you solder all the lines together using this stabbing wire, all of them collectively are going to join to this singular bus bar to form the negative bus bar. And excuse me, on this other side, once you solder these breaking lines together, collectively they are going to end up connected to this bus bar, and this is going to form the positive bus bar. And then those two, if you connect them together, you're gonna basically come up with an actual, it's almost like a battery. We are going to use a multimeter to test it, just to verify what I'm saying is accurate. You can use any type of bus bar, any type of multimeter. It's just in this case, this is one of my favorite ones I use. Alright guys, so in this video we covered the materials that you're going to need for making a solar panel. And then we saw you're gonna need from a tabbing wire all the way to a plexiglass or any type of glass really. And then we also went over the items you're going to need when it comes to we covered also that you're going to need a pair of scissors. I didn't mention that. You're going to need this to cut the actual tabbing wire. And part 2 of the video, we went over what a solar panel is, what comprises a solar panel, and we went over comparisons between a standard battery and a normal solar cell. We went over the different types of the different parts of a solar cell, comprising of the bus bar, the positive side, and the negative side. So I hope you've learned something today. If you have any comments to add, If any of the information I said, probably I missed anything, please correct me, because I'm also learning just like you. So with that said, I have to say this. There is a very big disclaimer and I really need you to understand. And that is that I'm not an actual professional. I'm not a licensed electrician. And so anything that I'm working on right here is at my own risk. Do not try this thing at home. Otherwise, you're going to end up blowing your own house or you're going to burn your house down, or you end up hurting yourself or hurting someone or damaging property. So don't try to do any of this thing if you do not understand it. All right. So with that said, I want to wish you a good time. And until we meet again in the next video, have a blessed day. Please, if you like the material I've begun sharing, feel free to comment in the section below the video, and please subscribe so that we continue growing together. Thank you very much, guys, and God bless you. Bye.